Hello out there.
It's us again, Scuba Studio presenting Scuba and Ry review yet another episode of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Season 2, episode 6, chapter 14. The Tragedy just dropped on Disney Plus, and we're back to sit there and give us our opinions of that. So
yes.
Stand by, stay tuned, get ready. Here is your spoiler warning.
Super spoiler warning.
If you have not seen it, please go to Disney Plus, check out The Mandalorian, and then come back and check us out and see our thoughts and opinions on that. So there's your spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1, let's get into it. This episode was a roller coaster and all kinds of fun.
Yes, this was definitely a lot more action-packed, a lot more action-oriented, but that's probably because of who was at the helm of the director chair of this episode.
Yes, the director for this one was Robert Rodriguez, and he did not disappoint.
No, his staple was everywhere in this episode, and even though it was strong with action, it was even stronger with character.
I love how the fact that we're not wasting any time. We left off with the previous episode with Ahsoka telling Mando to take the child to this planet and put him on the Seeing Stone, and if he chooses to reach out in the Force, and that goes. Now,
yeah.
If you get done watching that, you're thinking, oh, this is the season finale episode. Or, hey, there'll be something in between. Nope. They went right into it, went right to that was it Typhon?
Yeah, Tython.
Tython. They went right to Tython, right there. I mean, and we just roll right into it. And favorite joke of that episode is, hey, we're gonna have to travel the rest of the way with the windows down. I mean,
yeah, I let out a chuckle when I heard that.
Loved it.
I just like that the relationship between Grogu, going to use the official name, and the Mandalorian is very strong and poignant, and there's very layers to it. Like,
oh yeah,
there's true emotional connections between these two, but it shows the strength of their relationship and built over these last 2 seasons.
I love also it points out how little Mando knows of the Jedi. I mean, the Mandalorians and Jedi had a lot of history in the lore.
Yes. With
a lot of conflict. In fact, a lot of the Mandalorian tech was designed to combat Jedi.
Yeah.
And being how we're in this Jedi purge and everything, it's like there's not a lot of conversation about Jedi. So him being there, it's like, okay, are you seeing anything? And are you doing anything? And it was just like, okay. And then the minute he turns his back, all of a sudden now some mysticism stuff starts happening.
Force field develops around him, and Mando's kind of lost because he doesn't know what's going on. But then,
of course, he's got company he's trying to deal with, and that is that scene when that ship comes flying across, and by that we are talking Slave One, Jango Fett's ship, Boba Fett's ship showing up, because last time we saw Boba, it was at the end of the first episode of the season, and here he's back again, and he didn't come alone.
Nope.
But now we have this whole bit where where the two of them are talking, and Boba's like, I just want my armor.
Yep. He's basically there with Fennec Shan, who we last saw in the last season supposedly dead, but footsteps walked up on her. So putting 2 and 2 together, you could probably figure out who that was.
Well, there was a lot of fan thought at the end during the season 1 where there's thinking that was Boba coming to rescue Fennec, or that's who Fennec was going to see. So that was never confirmed, but now it's confirmed.
Yes, and it's just that subtleness where, they don't over-explain it, which is a term I'm going to be using a lot in this review. They just let the scenes dictate it and let the conversations put things to rest.
Well, yeah, I mean, the conversations are right there. Mando has no idea who this person is.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting because we have another overarching theme here, and that's Mando learning about Mandalorians.
Oh, yeah.
He thought he knew based on the fact he's a foundling and of the Watch, which those of us who've been paying attention, we know that the Watch is referring to Death Watch, which was a faction of Mandalorians that was exiled off of Mandalore because they didn't fall in line with the Mandalorian shift to a pacifist society. and raising foundlings, which is okay, great. Then it's like, and Boba's like, so Mando doesn't quite understand this person who's standing there without Mandalorian armor, talking about he wanting the armor and it belonging to his family. He just wants it back. And of course Mando's just like, I don't know you, I don't trust you, and the armor should go back. And then as they're having that conversation, and then it's the, hey, we're gonna like help you as long as we get to protect the child. And then it's like, oh, stormtroopers start showing up. And then things start getting crazy.
Crazy is an understatement, because the action and the fight scenes, not just the typical shootout battle that you find in a Star Wars or any action film of sci-fi, it is the brutalness of the action, especially when Boba Fett takes and starts swinging around that weapon of his,
gaffy stick.
Yes.
which is interesting, because that's actually modeled an actual historical weapon used in kind of relation to the Pacific Islanders.
Oh yeah.
And we know that the actor who played Jango and played Boba and was the blueprint for all this, his lineage traces back to that region.
Oh yeah.
So that's a nice little nod. But hands down, the best thing about this is 30 years of everybody talk of Boba Fett only being around for a little bit, getting the jetpack knocked, getting tossed into the Sarlacc, the fact he was only on screen a little bit about a time.
Yeah.
And in this one episode, undid all of that and re-cemented that this dude knows what he's doing and he is not to be trifled with.
Oh yeah, Jon Favreau put the weight behind the character by giving a lot of a mixture of good conversational dialogue mixture with the Rodriguez's action. There was a lot of layering, a lot of good strength between action and character development in just this one episode.
Yeah, I mean, this one and the previous one so far, these two have been just nailing it as far as all the story and stuff. I mean, I think it is like, some can argue that these last two episodes are better than the last 5 films to come out.
What do you mean? I think I read the same article.
I mean, let's be fair. I mean, this is it. I mean, there's a lot of talk going on at Lucas right now with, Kathleen Kennedy being kind of relegated out, and she's on her way out, and they're revamping things and starting to reset things. It sounds like George is back in the mix with his influence. So it's just like, I mean, hate to say it, but she really screwed up this franchise.
Oh yeah, not to go on a super tangent, but the movies are what they are. This show has shown what Star Wars can be, and just its little dropping things here and there in every episode is adding more to the lore, expanding the universe, and giving the potential for more content down the road.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, so to sum this up, having that, and then we see the Dark Troopers get deployed.
Yes.
Which they were a creature that was only introduced in a video game.
Yeah.
Now we actually see them in live action. They fully represent everything kind of hoped for. Get to see them, and of course they abduct the child.
Yeah.
And now Moff Gideon has the child. And Mando is looking to collect a posse to go after Moff Gideon, and we get a call back to seeing Cara Dune again. It looks like she accepted the Marshal badge.
Oh yeah.
So now she's a full-on Marshal for the New Republic. And then it's like, hey, we want to break out this guy from season 1 to help track down Mayfield from season 1 and help and track down Moff Gideon. So obviously this episode tomorrow, the next episode is gonna be like, okay, things are gonna get interesting.
Yep, there's only 2 more episodes left, so it's going to end in a big climactic battle of some kind somewhere.
Hands down. Yep. Hands down, it will be something cool. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited, and it's just like every episode seems to be topping each episode in the last three episodes. It's like, oh, you show us Bo-Katan. Okay, how can you top that? Oh, you show us Ahsoka and Grand Admiral Thrawn name drop. Oh, you can't top that. here shows up Boba Fett and gives us
Boba Fett
everything.
comes in and cleans house.
Yes.
I mean, Rex. You gotta love the scene where it's like he wrecks them with the gaffy stick, goes to get his armor, and then we have that. Tran is sitting there outnumbered. It looks like she's gonna lose, and then Mando pops in and starts taking it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden Boba drops in, and just that shot where he just stands up and he's wearing his armor, and it's just like, oh, it's on. So
It is epic.
I'd say hands down we both give it 5 out of 5s.
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
Yeah, for this episode, the last one was my favorite, and then this episode showed up, and it was just like, you know what?
I've got a new favorite.
I got a new favorite.
Alrighty, well, hey, check. That's it for us on this one. Be sure to come back and check us out when we drop our next episode review, and check out all the other videos we got here. If you like the content you're seeing, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the little bell notification to be notified when we release other videos here on the studio. With that, you guys have a great evening, a great week, and we will see you on our next video. Night, everybody.